Good morning, ladies. What's going on, y'all? It's your girl D here with your vitamin D for free on this beautiful day. I got a word for you, and we are going to tap right on in with it. Since we're at the end of the year, we're flowing with the seasons, we're flowing with the changes, and we are still focused. Okay, so today's topic is focusing on yourself, not the scale. It's a mindset reset. Oh yes. Um, trying to get to figure out how I'm gonna do with this light. This light gonna drive me crazy, y'all. Nevertheless, mindset reset, focusing on yourself and not the scale. It's gonna be really easy during the holiday season to want to lose weight and what you feel like is look your best to be around people you ain't seen in a long time. I'm just gonna be quite frank. And the first thing that people want to do a lot of times is I want to lose 10 pounds, I want to lose 12 pounds because it's normally some type of reunion happening, whether it's a family reunion, class reunion, or some type of big event that's happening, okay? But I want to challenge you that, we got a few weeks till Thanksgiving. And as a trainer, I'm not a fan of yo-yo dieting or doing extreme things to look a certain way, and there's not going to be any acknowledgement over it. However, there is something that you can work on that you can make a lot of leeway, and that's yourself. It's going to be easier to pivot the way you view things, to pivot the way you move between now, Thanksgiving, now, and Christmas, than it is to lose 20 pounds. Okay? Okay. So, in the instance of mindset reset, focusing on yourself, not the scale, what are some three questions that we ask ourselves? Number one question you ask yourself is, what is my goal? What is my goal rolling into 2025? Who do I want to become? Who do I want to evolve into? Because I believe this with my whole heart is that you don't have to become anybody new. Whoever you evolve into is who you eternally were. Like internally, you were that person already. And so, what is my goal? And if your goal is to lose some weight, if your goal is to get off of medication, if your goal is to get more cardiovascularly fit, if your goal is to run a marathon, whatever your goal is, I want you to ask yourself that for real. What is my goal? Not what is my trainer's goal, not what are the people around me goal, not what is the goal that would impress people, not what is the goal that I want to reach because I feel guilty or shameful or because I've gone through some type of abuse, so I always go back to I got to look a certain way. Ask yourself, what is that goal? And be honest, okay? Let's just say I want to get under 200 pounds by the end of the year, okay? Get under 200 pounds. The second question is, who or what am I doing this for? Okay? And I'm going to tell you, if you don't, this is the part of the mindset reset. If you are not doing it for yourself, 9 times out of 10 is not going to stick. Okay? Period. I stand on it. You're still going to have to address why do you want to change for another person or another group of people? Why? It's not going to stick. Even people who have had surgeries or weight loss pills or whatever, because we've all done it, whatever, you subscribe to it. It didn't stick because it wasn't for you. I know people who done got BBLs and they're like, I did this for myself, I did it for myself. But they didn't maintain it. Why not? Because you did do it for yourself. You did it for the attention of other people or the approval of other people. And we get to grow up out of that. We're gonna release that, and I'm gonna give you the power and the permission right now that we're gonna release doing stuff for other people. Okay? And we're gonna start catching ourselves. When you're saying, why am I doing this? Oh, because I feel bad about because so and so. Ooh, we running it back. We're going to do it for ourselves. So that's number 2. Number 3, you ask yourself, who do I have to become to accomplish this goal? So if my goal is to get under 200 pounds, and I'm going to be honest, the reason I want to get under 200 pounds is for my back. It's so I can maintain teacher classes, maintain training as long as I can, and it has nothing to do with nobody else, okay, ultimately. But who do I have to become is the third question. Ask yourself, who do I have to become for this to happen? Who do I have to become? If I want to lose 10 pounds by the end of the year, I have to be a person who is disciplined. I have to become a person who sets boundaries. I have to become a person who plans. I have to become a person who adopts a routine and sticks to the routine. I have to be a person who keeps my word to myself. And I have to be a person who often reframes experiences so that I can get what I want, right? I have to be a person who gets up and does the workout. I got to do my cardio. I got to walk. I have to be the person who does meal prepping, because I'm here to tell y'all, because some of y'all are here for weight loss. If your goal is to lose 10, 20, 30 pounds, you are not going to only do it by working out with me or anybody. There's going to have to be a time where you do the work behind closed doors. You're going to have to watch what you eat. You're going to have to plan out your meals. You're going to have to stick to drinking your water. You're going to have to go to sleep without people telling you, without people checking you. It has to happen on the other side. So that's the mindset reset, focusing on yourself. Who do I have to become? And in the becoming, the scale comes down. In the becoming, your health increases. If you are a lady who wants to get off of medication, you ask yourself, who am I doing this for? I'm doing this for myself. Okay. Who do you have to become to get off of medication? You're going to have to be a person who plans out your meals. Period, point blank. You have to plan it out. You have to have a plan. You know how to meal prep. Y'all got sure you prep their lunches, do the same thing. You know what foods you're supposed to have. You know what foods you're not supposed to have. Nevertheless, you have to plan it out if you want to get off of that medication. The other thing is you have to be attentive to the details, right? Being mindful of how you are feeling, looking at your weight, looking at your mood, looking at your, all of that has to be in alignment. And you have to be detail oriented to get off of that medication. Right? You have to be detail oriented to get off of that medication. And you got to be on top of it. When you go see your doctor, you're going to have to let them know what you've been doing. When you go see your doctor, it's great to show them a food log. This is what I've been doing. Can we revisit my dosages, right? In order to make that shake, who do you have to become? And on the other side of this, you ask yourself, what part of my practice or my character am I holding on to that's keeping me from getting there? Is it self-sabotaging behavior? Is it you're surrounding yourself with people who don't support this goal you have? They're not interested. Is it that you have trouble speaking up for yourself? And when you identify those things, you know when they're coming up. You know when you're self-sabotaging. You know when you're not speaking up for yourself. You know when you're not sticking to your routine. You know when you're being lazy. You know when you're not planning. You know. And the mindset reset of it all is to say, you know what? I'm going to do the complete opposite because I understand that the human brain and the body wants to be comfortable. And I know within this comfort is not going to get me to where I need to go. I have to do something else. I have to do it a different way. What's the quote say? To get something you've never had, you've got to do something you've never done. And that's the whole part of the mindset reset. And y'all, when you focus more on yourself than you focus on the scale, you start to evolve into the person that you always needed. You start to evolve into the person that you're seeking. You might be seeking this outside of yourself, seeking this in a spouse, seeking this in friends, seeking this in a spiritual advisor. But you get to become the person you need when you focus on yourself and not on the scale. I'm going to leave you with this quote from E. E. Cummings. It takes courage to grow up and be who you really are. Ultimately, when you work on yourself, you are being who you really are. Ultimately, when you're working on yourself, you make the world better because you're showing up as your best self. So I want to encourage you today to focus on yourself today. Jim Rohn says, when you don't know what to work on, you work on yourself. Excuse me. When you don't know what to work on, you work on yourself. You read, you study, you meditate, you pray, you get connected to community, you calm yourself, and you get clear on the direction that you're going. So have a powerful day. I love, love, love you guys. And that is your vitamin D for free. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May he turn his countenance towards you and give you peace. Peace in your life, peace in your home, peace in your mind, peace in your heart, peace in your children's lives, peace on your job, and peace in the streets. Because at the end of the day, you have to live with you. Have a blessed day. See you later. Bye, y'all.